Hey, welcome back, Jack. How you been? It's Yin. Welcome back to the ZolYin podcast. This one is numero 3, and it's about never working for free. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But before we do that, a little bit of housekeeping, a little bit of news, okay? So I did the YouTube banner today. It took too long to do the update because I hate their cropper. Their cropper makes no sense to me. I just wanted to complain about that just for a second. Susan, what are you doing? You're killing me, Susan. Get your guys. You guys can program all sorts of things. Don't tell me you can't do a good cropper. Come on, bro. You're killing me here. You're killing me. It took me 2 hours. 2 hours for a banner? No. That's a no, okay? I just wanted to get that out of the way. Second thing, website update. Go to the website. It's beautiful. I rendered the whole thing. I gave it the whole up and down cleanup. I love it. I'm gonna probably tweak it a little bit more as time goes on, just because I'm a little OCD. I like to tidy it up like it's my house or whatever. Come check it out. I think you'll like it. The next thing is getting organized. Getting organized for me is I'm kind of OCD, I guess. I try to prioritize what I want to write about, and podcast about in the right way, and it's Halloween week, so I'm trying to I'm in a hurry. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I gotta calm down, I gotta take a breather. But especially after yesterday's video, when yesterday, whatever. What time is it? I'm so far ahead at this point. I don't know what time you're listening to it versus what episode this is. Anyways, but yeah, I did the other one the other day, and I was talking about being Zen, and now I'm not Zen, so that's pretty hypocritical. But it's just all in good fun, you know. I'm just like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm just like, oh, got so much energy. Third thing, Patreon. So it's still in the works. I made it. It's all done, but I want to make a few products for you guys in regards to writing, because I am a writer, right? So NaNoWriMo's around the corner. We'll talk about that in just a second, but I'm writing a lot, so I just want to get that out of the way first before I actually officially open the Patreon and have stuff in there and all that. I don't want you to pay and then, there's nothing in there. That's just not going to happen. So NaNoWriMo, right? Super exhausting. Every year I do NaNoWriMo, I'm exhausted. So we'll see what happens this year when I have that on top of this whole business I'm running. And my regular life, and it's going to be crazy. And my job. It's a whole thing. So next, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So next is Pinterest. I'm gonna get back on the horse of Pinterest. Okay, it's taken some time because I have a lot of writing to do, as I've said before. Trying to make sure I'm not putting too much on my plate. I just want to make sure that everything's all settled there before I actually fully integrate into that. And that's it. That's it for now. If that's a lot, or if I talk really fast there, again, it's because I'm super excited. Now I'm gonna just take and slow down, so then now we can talk about the topic. Today's main topic is about never working for free. Now, you might think to yourself, well, wait a minute, Yin, don't you think that you should at least build up the skill, build up the ability, build up the craft, all that stuff, build up a reputation, etc., networking, all that good stuff? Yeah, I understand what you're saying. This is nuanced. What I'm trying to tell you is, it's not black and white. When I say never work for free, I want that to be a part of your framework, right? I want that to be your default, right? So what does that mean? That means on the low, right? On the very foundation, your bedrock, right? You are on the I am not going to work for free preference, right? That is your instinctiveness, right? So you're building up the ability to say no to people. You're building up the ability to stand up for yourself. You're building up the ability to love yourself and your self-worth, right? You are giving yourself confidence by saying, no, I will not work for free. That has to be your default at first, right? It's much easier. It's much easier in the long run when it comes to running a business, because you are a business. If you're serious about, making money as a writer, You are a business, you are a brand. Whether you like to admit it or not, that's fine. That's a whole other thing. But in the world, because nothing is in a vacuum, you are a business. You are a name that is attached to your work. How you conduct yourself in a, business situation, will dictate how effective you are, when it comes to your ROI, your return of investment. What does that mean? That means however much work you do, the amount of return you get back for that work will be equal to how well you value yourself. What does that mean? It means being, in your mind, a superstar and working hard to be congruent with that identity. Does that make sense to you? I hope it does. Let me know in the comment section if that makes sense. You're trying to build up to that person. So you're not in a delusion, you are in a challenge now. You are pushing yourself as opposed to feeling sorry for yourself, feeling bad for yourself, having self-doubts. This belief in not working for free allows you to, instinctively, as a subconscious level, right, build your value up. Now you can obviously pick and choose when you decide to go against that. That's fine. I'm not against that at all. In fact, I'm for it. But again, think about what you're doing. This is your power now. You have a choice. You have instinctively decided, I have a choice. I'm going to choose. I'm going to actively choose who and where I decide to, make an exception. You have given yourself the independence, right? You have given yourself the freedom to say, okay, I'm going to make an exception for this situation. I'm going to make an exception for that situation. That's why you should never, ever allow yourself to be, pressured. A lot of people, unfortunately, it's just a part of the community. It's just a part of the culture. I don't know if it's like the backbone of it or where it came from. I have some theories of where it came from, but that we can talk about that on a different day. That's not the point. The point is you're trying to fight off that, that initial feeling of, oh, I'll just do it for free because it's not valued. I'm going to give you an example of why this is a bad idea. Look at the Kindle store. The Kindle store is like $2, $1, $3. You don't get that many books that are like 5 or 10. You just don't. It's not common. You're more common to see the $1, $2. Do they even have under $1? I think they do, right? Don't they? I don't know. I don't research. It's bad for my vibes. I protect my energy, my own vibes. So I don't go too much into the Kindle store just because it's depressing to see those prices. And I just think about the people. I'm like, man, if you value yourself, you won't find yourself in that environment as far as as a community. Like if everybody valued themselves, they would not be in a situation where they felt like they had to do $1, $2. Because as someone told me once, on Twitter, it's a race to the bottom. And that's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. I do not believe in that. I really don't. I think on one hand, if you're trying to create something and you would have given it for free anyway, then fine. You're making an exception. Again, you're actively making an exception and saying, I'm going to put this out for $1. I normally would give this for free, blah, 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 blah. That's fine, And also it's good to, if you're putting stuff out there that's you've written it already and you've never sold it and it's untested or something like that. That's another smart plan to just kind of put your name out there, use it as an advertisement. That's all well and good. I'm not against any of those. Those are all those exceptions, that's you choosing. That's you giving yourself the freedom. You're practicing the freedom to not work for free. You're saying, hey, I'm choosing this. Even if you decide to work for a friend and you say, hey, I'm going to do this for free because we're friends, we're bros, I love you, man, I'm going to do this for free, blah, 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 blah. That's between you and that guy or that person, whoever, and you're saying, I'm making a choice as opposed to you're working for free, So a lot of people are pressured to do it, and it's unfortunate. And that's why I made this episode for those people who feel that pressure. You should not ever feel that pressure. You deserve 100% of what you make, right? You make the active choice, okay? I want you to take that and know that it's your choice. You can make a product that you're proud of and sell it for $1, or you could sell it for $10. It's up to you, but you have to start from inside. It has to be in your framework. It has to be part of your foundation, right? This is the essential part of a writer, like the foundation of who you are, your identity, your mental fortitude. It's all attached into your self-worth. And you won't build that self-worth until you say, okay, first of all, I don't work for free. You have to have that, and that's coming from growing up as a black man. A lot of companies, when I started as a young man, a lot of companies, they just want to play that game. And I say, hold on one second. I tell them where to put it. And that's how you have to be. You have to have that rock hard foundation, that fortitude. It is critical. It is crucial. Okay. You can use affirmations to build that up. You can write down every day, and repeat that. There's lots of venues to do that. Hit me up on Twitter if you're interested. I have a couple links you can go on YouTube. I mean, these are all free products. These are free, actually. People put them up there for everybody. Stuff like that, That's why I was a little depressed when I saw. And when I say that, I mean, I felt bad for, not as depressed for myself, but I felt bad for, I felt sympathy, or empathy, or however you want to put it, for when I saw people put up, like professionals put up web novels, their little ebooks on Webnovel.com or Wattpad. It's always sad to see people do that. I just don't get that. I understand if you're actively doing it, that means I see them selling product elsewhere. But these are authors I was looking at who, when I went and researched, they didn't have any product out there. And I'm like, hello. And I read some of their work. It was good. You can do it. Really is frustrating. It really is frustrating. I was trying to find their Twitter. Hey, listen, you can believe in yourself. You can do it. But maybe that's their choice. Who knows? But I feel like it wasn't. You know what I mean? Based on just context clues. Context clues tell me that. So there's that. Anyways, if you like this video, hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching the podcast, listening to the podcast. I'm gonna have to get a webcam at some point, because people like to see things. People like to see, so whatever. Anyways, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.